Right. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Next question comes from Marcus, who asked, "What is your vision for tanks going forward, and will we see them being competitive in 3v3?" You kind of mentioned tanks a little bit at the
Yeah.
start when we were talking about class balance. What's going on there?
Yeah, certainly. I think it's a situation where we want players who are tanks to feel like they can go have fun in PvP, but not at the detriment of everybody else.
Right.
The way
I remember the 3 Blood Knight 3 Blood
Yes.
Death Knight 3v3.
Yeah.
That was
So there's a number of things. First, in Legion now you have to declare what your spec is, like your role before you queue. So
Right.
are you a healer? Are you a tank? Are you DPS? It will not be possible to bring 2 healers or 2 tanks into a 3v3 arena anymore. So that won't happen. There's, I think, something to be said here towards like what being competitive in 3v3 means. I think our player base gets very anxious when tanks kind of become the preferred spec at high level 3v3s.
Right.
We saw this the way people reacted when Gladiator stance warriors were very, very strong at the beginning of Warlords. Like, why are these tanks the best like class? So very kind of like watching that and trying to say like, well, we'll just make them exactly balanced. Well, this is game design, and that's a very hard thing to do. So what we want is to be in a situation where, like, if you feel like you're a tank and you want to go do some arenas with your friends, you can be very good. And you can, especially if you're a very good tank, and you can go in there and have fun. I don't know if we want it to get to a point where at the high end, everybody's playing tanks in 3v3 arena.
Might not see a prop paladin at BlizzCon, but you can still see them on the ladder.
Right. And in battlegrounds, rated battleground situations, that's different. I think it would be very good if every high-rated rated battleground team felt compelled to bring a tank.
Yeah.
There's 10 slots in there for one of them to be a tank. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Whether it's as flag carrier or some things we're trying is we'd really like to see them as kind of like your frontline target caller. I think it would be really cool if your tanks were your target callers and everybody was like, he's in there in the mix.
Yeah.
And, he's not the greatest target to get because he has so many skills to survive. But it's really cool to like see him like picking a target, getting on them, and everybody collapsing.
He's in there
on
being
target.
disruptive, like interrupting healers and stuff.
Kind of like you see in a lot of like Heroes of the Storm like games with or Overwatch, like how the tank is the front line.
Yeah,
warrior. We like that idea. So I that would be a cool place. I don't know if we're there, but certainly we make changes to their survivability, the amount of damage they do, to make sure that they are not like everybody's a tank type of a situation.
Cool.